Hello and happy Friday. Oh my gosh, we made it. I hope you are having an incredible, profitable, productive, enjoyable week so far. Hope that it's been a great one for you. Thank you again for joining us here. If you've been following us on Fridays, hey there, Caroline. On Fridays, we've been doing our weekly REM, Real Estate Minute of the Week, okay? So this week, what we are gonna be talking about is we're gonna be talking about the initial contact, okay? What I mean by that is the following. When we have internet opportunities that come in, right? We need to connect with them somehow. We're gonna have a conversation with these people. The people that clicked on the lead don't necessarily know, right? That clicked, I'm interested online, however they came to you. They don't necessarily know what to expect, okay? Hey, John, welcome. They don't know what to expect. They don't know what's gonna come next, right? There's no disclosures on most of those sites that say when you put in your information, what's gonna happen. And what in reality happens is they get contacted and they just get bombarded with a whole bunch of people calling, right? In many cases. And they might not have been expecting that. When we're first training on how to make that initial first call, and this is one of the most important things that you can do with online leads, because you have to seek to understand before seeking to be understood, right? You need to know where they're coming from, and you need to know where their mindset might be when you're coming to that call. We know where yours is, right? Yours is like, I want to connect with these people. This is an opportunity, for me to continue to increase my business and continue to make money, provide for my family, whatever your why. And what I share with my people is this is what we're looking to accomplish. We need to find a problem, or we need to make a problem that we can solve, okay? Because again, we are problem solvers as professional realtors, as agents, as real estate professionals, whatever you call yourself, right? Real estate consultant. It is our job to help them, right? Most of these people, they either know that they have a problem or they don't know they have a problem. So when we're going into it, right? Some people like to use scripts, some people but at the end of the day, right? When I'm going in and you're going in, my team's going into that call, I need to find a problem that I can solve, or I need to uncover a problem and show them that they have a problem that I can solve better than anybody else out there, right? Because one of the things that us as agents, a lot of times we get this ego, oh, we're doing so great, we're so wonderful, right? We're in our own little world, we're so wonderful to ourselves, we're the cat's meow or whatever they call it, right? But at the end of the day, okay, it's up to us. We have to showcase and how do we separate ourselves from the pack? How are we different from others? So the very first part of that, right, is having your mindset right before you even make the call, understanding where they're coming from. Come from a place of help, right? You want to be relational rather than transactional. You want to understand what that is that you're trying to accomplish. What is the problem that they have? You need to unearth it. You need to help them to understand it. And you need to show them how you're going to be able to solve. One of the things when I role play a lot of times with agents that they want to do is they want to jump right in and solve a problem, right? Where again, by nature, most of us got into the real estate business because we like helping people, right? And we like the fact of having flexibility and the list goes on and on and on. But we come from a place of service and we want to help, okay? So when someone has a problem, we're like, oh, they have a problem. I'm going to jump in and say, and help them. And we want to just jump in and help them right away. But the problem is with that is, again, seek to understand before seeking to be understood. We want to understand, one of the things that you can say, hey, Sam, is wonderful. This is a very powerful statement, okay? So write this down. Tell me more. Oh, that's interesting. Do you mind sharing with me a little bit more about that, right? That is super powerful. We want to, believe me, guys, I know, I'm right there, and I made these mistakes, and we worked through, and we looked at what worked, what didn't, and we got into the micros and the sciences of it and figured out, how are we able to connect with more people? Hey, Sam, how are we able to connect with more people? How are we able to build those relationships? How are we able to have meaningful conversations? Okay. And again, that is not just jumping in there to try to solve their problem, because what happens is they get kind of on the defensive, and you create a situation where they're saying, you don't want them subconsciously to be thinking, oh, they think they're better than me, or you need to understand their situation, right? And many times that original objection that they come to you with is not their real objection. What you need to look at is when you go into your initial conversation, Relationship tension is very high. Task tension is very low. What I mean by that is the following. You're meeting these people for the first time, right, over the phone. And subconsciously, you might not be thinking about it, but you're thinking, will they like me? Am I going to like them? What are they like? Are they going to... But they're doing the same thing, right? It's just like dating, just like anything, meeting a new friend or whatever. It's, are they going to like me? Am I going to like that? That's the relationship tension when it's high. But how do we start to lower that relationship tension? We start to lower that relationship tension by connecting with them, finding those strings of commonality, finding the things that, again, leading with value, going second, third, fourth level. And how do you get past that first initial level of conversation? You get there by asking questions, okay? You get there by asking questions. You get there, oh, that's interesting. Would you mind sharing with me more about that? Oh, that's a fascinating point. Do you mind sharing with me? How did you come about with that, with that point or that view stance? Again, it gets them to open it up. It's kind of like jitsu, right? You're using their momentum against them, but in a good way, because you're helping them, just like, we all have to do as agents. We help our buyers many times kind of get out of the way of themselves because they sometimes have false beliefs and different things that we need to help them work through. That's what it takes, right, to be a professional. But we often do that to ourselves. So you really want to get into that second, third level of conversation, and you get there by inquiring, right? Not by just jumping and trying to solve that problem. Okay. This initial call is whether they open the door and let you into their life, or whether they're like, yeah, maybe there's somebody else that can help me, right? So it's important that you lead with value. You always over deliver. You seek to understand before seeking to be understood, and you lead with an air of interest. You find something that's interesting about them. You find something that you can use, that commonality, to lower that relationship tension, and then you can start to increase the task tension. So with that said, I hope you all are having an incredible, profitable, productive week. My name is Lucas. Again, this is your weekly REM, or Real Estate Minute of the Week.